Norris Weber. Today is February 2nd, 2025. This is the Humanities Truck project at Chinatown for the Chinese New Year celebration. Could you tell me your name?
Sure, it's Ren.
Ren. And do I have permission to record this interview?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So are you from Chinatown, or did you come here from somewhere else?
I'm not from Chinatown. I'm a Ward 4 resident of Washington, D.C.
Awesome. How long have you been a Ward 4 resident?
I've been in D.C. since 2007, with some time overseas. But I guess beyond being a resident, I'm here also as an Asian American who's really concerned about some of the displacement that's happening in our Chinatowns and enclaves of immigrants and BIPOC communities.
So is that the sort of strongest feeling to bring you to the celebration today?
I think there's a multitude of feelings. I think the fact that there's a moment for Asian Americans to come together and celebrate the Lunar New Year is wonderful. We are absolutely an entrenched, fabric of America, of Americana, and incorporating these traditions as American traditions is extremely important. The fact that it's multi-generational and friendly for that is also great. I think when culture and these kinds of events take over or are seen as more important than some of the underlying equity and true sort of belonging and community needs, that's where it can cause some friction.
So let's see. So how has Chinatown sort of changed since from the time that you've been in DC to now?
Yeah, I think it's the same story that we unfortunately hear so often throughout, everywhere in this quartile, and especially so in our southeast corridors. But in Chinatown, over the last 20 years, there's been extreme displacement of the members here. Some of it is natural, right? You immigrate, you're working hard, and whether it's educational or other opportunities, people can migrate out of the city, and that can happen. But much of the displacement has happened through large gentrification projects, whether it's arenas, stadiums. That's something that is also palpable in the last calendar year with what's going on with the Capitol Arena. So I think the face of Chinatown, whether it's your gate, some of the Mandarin on our signs may make it feel like Chinatown, but it's packaging. The actual breadth of the businesses, the people that are here have changed dramatically.
And so, what do you hope for in the future of Chinatown?
I think the folks outside excited here celebrating together, it's beautiful. And I think the more in-person kinds of activities where groups are coming together is needed, but community meetings shouldn't just be one day out of the year. And so if we think about how do we protect an enclave that is important as both a historic but also a place where people converge, that are coming together as truly what Washingtonians love, and forge the future. There's a lot of talk from politicians and development around how do you enhance downtown. And with this kind of attention and resources flooding into this corridor, it's not about increasing policing budgets or increasing new businesses. We have to think about protecting the folks that built this enclave up. And the reality is there are 13 businesses owned by Chinese working class community members serving that community left. 13, and very quickly it's going to be under 10. That's a symbol and a sign of the mass wave of gentrification happening here in an irresponsible way. And second, there are only 200 or so Chinese members left in this community. And it's, how do you call it Chinatown? How do you protect the community here, while you do think about the next generation of these corridors. So as we reflect on, this new year and Lunar New Year and come together, I think more times to communicate with one another and understand that this is absolutely integral to any kind of development would be my hope.
Is there anything that you would tell to people who maybe only visit Chinatown for celebrations like these about how to be more mindful about the ways that they can contribute positively to the neighborhood?
Yes, absolutely. I think for if you're a Washingtonian, certainly writing to your council members, writing to those folks like the mayor's office. We have a mayor's office that has an Asian American representation, as well as the downtown bid, and so many different organizations that we contribute to as community members, as residents. Be active, be engaged. That is part of being in city life. So I would say just advocate as much as possible. And then if you are visiting, it's great. Continue to come, but also decide where are you choosing to spend your money and your time, and ensure that if you're coming to Chinatown, there is a reflection of where this is and what the place that you're coming into.
And then just a question about the New Year celebration itself. What does the celebration mean to you?
For me, it takes me back to a lot of wonderful family gatherings. And as an Asian American growing up, in the U.S., it was certainly a time where, my grandparents, cousins all got together. We got to celebrate our culture. And, I think about those memories and that it's truly paralleled in so many ways with others around me. And so this idea of us coming together as a community and extending it, sort of as I was saying earlier, around like these are American traditions, as American people. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that's all the questions that I have for you. Is there anything that you hoped to talk about that I neglected to ask?
Just Chinatowns are diminishing all across the country, and it's not just Chinatowns. There are little enclaves of these communities everywhere. We think about what is so beautiful about America is that we are truly an amalgamation of different cultures, heritages, generations. So protect them. It's gonna be too late if we don't. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.